Welcome to Module 3 of the Lighting Alterations video series. In this module, we will provide an overview of the outdoor lighting alteration requirements contained in the 2016 Energy Standards. In this module, we'll cover an overview of outdoor lighting alterations, including updates from the 2013 to 2016 Energy Standards, and requirements and corresponding compliance thresholds, including relevant forms. First, we'll begin with an overview of outdoor lighting alterations. If you remember from Module 1, we define alterations as replacing any lighting component system or equipment regulated by the Energy Standards. For outdoor lighting projects, alterations include luminaire replacements and/or luminaire additions. Requirements in the 2016 Energy Standards for outdoor lighting alterations are more detailed and specific to the type of outdoor space. We'll go deeper into the requirements and compliance thresholds later in this module. In the 2016 Energy Standards, only the altered or new luminaires must comply, while retrofits to existing luminaires that do not increase lighting load are not regulated. The minimum threshold for projects that do not increase the connected lighting load has been changed to the greater of 5 luminaires or 10%. In the 2013 Energy Standards, some small projects that addressed 1 to 4 luminaires were expected to comply with the full suite of controls requirements. For 2016, this is no longer required. As with the 2013 Energy Standards, when 50% or more luminaires for a specific application are being replaced, the project must comply with lighting power and other requirements contained in Section 140.7. This is the same for the new standards, but an exception states that if replacement luminaires have at least 40% lower power consumption, the alteration is not required to comply with the lighting power requirements in Section 140.7. Now that we know the general changes in the 2016 Energy Standards, let's take a deeper dive at the specific requirements and compliance thresholds for outdoor lighting alterations. We'll be looking at requirements for new or altered outdoor luminaires, alterations that increase the connected lighting load, and alterations that do not increase the connected lighting load. All new or altered outdoor luminaires must meet general requirements contained in Section 130.0 and lighting control requirements contained in Section 130.2a and Section 130.2b. Specific luminaire cutoff requirements apply to luminaires rated for use with lamps greater than 150 watts. The Energy Standards uses the backlight, uplight, and glare rating system, or BUG, to determine cutoff and corresponding requirements. Uplight needs to be in accordance with Table 130.2-A, and glare needs to be in accordance with Table 130.2-B. Exceptions to cutoff requirements in Section 130.2b include signs, lighting for building facades, public monuments, statues, and vertical surfaces of bridges, lighting not permitted by a health or life safety statute, ordinance, or regulation to be a cutoff luminaire, and temporary outdoor lighting. Another exception to this requirement includes replacements of existing pole-mounted luminaires and hardscape areas that meet the following conditions. The existing luminaire does not meet the luminaire BUG requirements in Section 130.2b. Spacing between existing poles is greater than 6 times the mounting height of the existing luminaires, where no additional poles are being added to the site, where new wiring to the luminaires is not being installed, and provided that the connected lighting power wattage is not increased. Next, for alterations that increase the connected lighting load, the added or altered luminaires must meet all applicable outdoor lighting control requirements in Section 130.2c, and all applicable outdoor lighting power allowance requirements in Section 140.7 for general hardscape lighting and for the specific lighting applications containing the alterations. For alterations that do not increase the connected lighting load, control requirements are dependent on the number or percentage of luminaires replaced. The following control requirements apply when the greater of 5 luminaires or 10% of existing luminaires are replaced. For luminaires in parking lots and outdoor sales lots that have a 24 feet or less mounting height, a photo control or astronomical time switch must turn lights off during the day. Occupancy sensors or other occupancy-based controls must dim the luminaires by 40 to 90% when the space is unoccupied. For all other applications, and where luminaires are mounted above 24 feet, the photo control or astronomical time switch is still required to turn lights off during the day. However, schedule-based controls as well as occupancy controls may be used to reduce lighting by at least 40% during vacant periods. In addition to these requirements, outdoor lighting alterations where the greater of 5 luminaires or 50% of existing luminaires are replaced must also meet the lighting power allowance requirements in section 140.7. There is an exception, however. Replacement luminaires that reduce energy consumption by 40% or more compared to the incumbent luminaires do not need to comply with the lighting power allowance requirements contained in section 140.7. Now we will examine the documentation required to meet compliance for outdoor lighting alterations. Outdoor lighting compliance documents includes applicable certificates of compliance, installation, and acceptance. Certificate of Compliance Forms NRCC-LTO-01, LTO-02, LTO-03, and LTO-04 must be submitted to the enforcement agency in conjunction with the building permit application. These Certificate of Compliance forms document lighting power allowance, proposed lighting, proposed controls, and existing conditions if applicable. The Certificate of Compliance forms help plan checkers verify that the proposed lighting system alteration is in compliance with the energy standards. The Certificate of Installation forms are completed during the installation phase by the installer or contractor. These forms are a declaration by the installer or contractor that the installed lighting system matches what is proposed on the plans and the controls and systems meet all energy standards requirements. Use certificates of installation NRCI-LTO-01 and 02 to document outdoor lighting systems and controls. A copy of the completed, signed, and dated installation certificate must be posted at the building site for review by the enforcement agency in conjunction with requests for final inspection of the building. Acceptance testing must be conducted, and a completed certificate of acceptance must be submitted before the enforcement agency can issue the certificate of occupancy. Certified acceptance test technicians use Form NRCA-LTO-02 to document acceptance test results for outdoor lighting controls. Any outdoor project that adds lighting controls to control 20 or fewer luminaires for the entire project without increasing connected lighting load is exempt from acceptance testing. Before we end this module, let's review what we've learned. We learned outdoor lighting alterations includes replacing or adding luminaires. Retrofits to existing luminaires that do not increase the lighting load are not regulated. Control requirements for altered luminaires are triggered when at least 5 luminaires in an area are addressed and will vary based on whether the project includes between 10 and 49% or 50% or more of the existing luminaires. For alterations that increase the connected lighting load, new or altered luminaires must meet the requirements of section 140.7. Any outdoor project that adds lighting controls to control 20 or fewer luminaires for the entire project without increasing connected lighting load is exempt from acceptance testing. This concludes Module 3. For more information on additions and alterations, please visit the Energy Commission website at www.energy.ca.gov/Title 24/2016 standards.